Ladies and gents, welcome back to the TSI YouTube channel for episode number 7 of the Burton Albion Road to Glory here in season number 5. Going to be another busy episode. We've got 5 more games coming your way. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Help us on our road to 1,000 in 2025 and help us hit our next mini milestone, which is a 700. Click the little button down below. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you a penny. And it will really help the channel out. And also the links to my Twitch and Discord are down below as well. So make sure you get yourself across to both of them if you're on those platforms. First things first, we will have a little look at the table. It's Manchester City who currently set the pace. They're on 44 points to Brighton, who are in second, 4 points further back. There's then Newcastle, further 3 from them. And then it is ourselves. We are currently occupy that 4th spot and that final Champions League spot. We're on 36 points. We have a 5-point gap back to Spurs, who are on 31. At the bottom, a little refresher. If you did miss it in the last episode, Southampton, Burnley and Wolves, your team's struggling. Burnley still yet to win a game at the halfway stage. In the Europa League, we are also in 4th position. We are matching it like for like with the Premier League as we have done all season. We are currently 3 points off top spot, who is currently occupied by Rome and Manchester United. So things are looking pretty good in our bid to get through to the knockout stages of the Europa League. The calendar for today, we've got Manchester United this time away. We've just beaten them 1-0 in the league, so they'll be looking to spring back. And then their January transfer opens, but we haven't got any money. So I wouldn't expect anything to happen unless somebody comes in for a player and we accept it. Realistically, I don't really want to get rid of anybody, so I wouldn't expect much transfer activity in this window. The second game is Portsmouth away in the FA Cup for Newcastle at home in the league, then Wolves away, and then we finish off with the final Europa League game, this time against Austria Vienna. So they are your games for today. As always, we will play 3 of them. We will simulate 2 and hope that the simulation god's going to be on our side. But the first game is a big one, Manchester United away. Welcome to Old Trafford then for what is surely going to be another tricky game. These games are never easy. We always go into them feeling a little bit like the underdog, and we always have to defend for large portions of the game. But we're just looking to get a result. A draw would not be the worst result here. I would absolutely take a draw, you best believe it. And if we could get off to an early start, that would be great. As Haas is now on the ball. Goes back to Aine. Is going to go inside to Leonard. Leonard's going to try and switch the play. Goes to our Conte. It's going to fall kindly to Mikey Moore. No, it isn't. It does fall to Mikey Moore now. And chance breaks down. But yeah, I would absolutely take a point away at Manchester United. Haas into Leonard. Leonard into Boving. Boving on the edge of the box. We have a pot from distance. Good save from Martinez. He was brilliant at the game at the Pirelli just a few weeks ago to deny Boving and our Conte on both occasions, and there is the first big save of the game as he carries that around. It is going to be a corner. We don't score from corners. We know we don't score from corners, so I'm not expecting anything here. We're going to try and find the head of a Burton Albion player. Does fall to Martinez. It's going to fall back to Humphreys on the edge of the box. Mikey Moore can now reset this. It's Tirana on the edge of the box. Also, blocked. Who is it? Oh, it's a goal. I didn't know who it would fall to. Of course, it's fallen to Willy Boving. I had absolutely no idea where that ball was going. Can we classify that as a goal from a corner? I may well claim that because we don't often score. It first came to Humphreys. We managed to reset, and Mikey Moore played it to Serrano. Serrano had a shot, was blocked, and it just fell kindly to Boving, who reacted quickest. Martinez was flat-footed, and there we go, 1-0 to the Brewers. Leonard with the ball now, just plays out wide to Mikey Moore, and again, in these tricky, wet conditions, it's always a little bit more difficult to play the free-flowing football we want to do. As Aina's going to now try and take this into the box, and James with a massive challenge. Timed it absolutely to perfection. Aina maybe had a thought about going down, but stayed on his feet, did the honest thing, didn't make the referee make a decision. United do get a little bit lucky. Got some Manchester United to come through. It's Middleton. Dinks over the box. El-Nassir is there, but Humphreys does really well to come across. Was fully committed, and now potentially we can look to counter-attack as Mikey Moore is now on the ball. Can he beat his man? Can he keep the ball in play? Does keep the ball in play. Throws it through to our Conte. Our Conte's just going to try and check his man. Does absolutely brilliant. Sends it for a hot dog. Goes to Boving. Boving on his right foot. Shoots. Martinez saves. Oh, we really should have done better. It's brilliant counter-attacking football again from Burton Albion. It is our trademark, especially against these bigger and better sides. Aina down the left. Can we create one final opportunity before the half is done? Aina is still there. Finds our Conte. Our Conte can now try and get on his right foot. It's a glorious opportunity to make it 2. I tell you what, if we said it so many times, if we do not win this game, there is only one team to blame, and that is ourselves, because we have been brilliant in this half. And how it is only 1-0 at half-time, I do not know. Second half underway then. And we are starting it as we finished it, as we can now look to go into the box. We're going to try and find Boving. Boving gets really lucky. Surely this is 2. No, it's not. Can it fall back to Boving? No, it doesn't. It's a mix-up in the back. Boving's there, and I think the referee blows for a foul. He does. It's yet another chance gone missing for the Brewers, this time at the start of the second half. United make their first change, and we have got them rattled here, but we've got to capitalise. And United now, Xerxes just come on the pitch for Middleton, as Zayna tries to get across this really well. Xerxes maybe potentially blocks Zayna off. The referee says no foul. United are going to just try and reset this back and look to try and build again. And Guisa plays into Bruno Fernandes, but can't get there. And Haas does really, really well. He is on a yellow, so we may look to make that substitution and just not run the risk of anything happening there. Can that ball stay in play? And can Aina get there? He does get there, and he will get there. He has still got pace in his old legs. He's absolutely skinned his man. Can he square it back now? It's into our Conte. No, Martinez saves, and Anguissa gets back, and it is another chance gone. Last chance saloon maybe for Manchester United to try and claim something. This is dangerous. This is super dangerous. Can Bueno get there? Bueno will get there. Kipper should just pump the ball along and does. It's 2 minutes added on. We've played one already, but Bruno Fernandes is coming forward again. Can we get the tackling? Lennon does get the tackling. Can he get the second? Referee blow your whistle. Does blow the whistle. And it may have been closer on the scoreboard than it looked, but we were brilliant in that game. We were miles better than the game at the Pirelli. And that is the perfect start to episode number 7. And we bloody deserve that because we were brilliant from start to finish. We should have probably won it by 2 or 3. In the end, it is just 1-0 to the Brewers, but it's a massive 3 points away from home. So this may open the door for a transfer. Adam Armstrong has been recalled by Southampton due to the lack of game time. I mean, I think we gave him a fair shot, for being honest, but when you've got Arconte and Boving firing all cylinders, how much more game time can we give him? He's gone back to Southampton. He did a job for us. He got a couple of goals. But now we do need to look to sign another striker. So we are going to run the risk of the FA Cup game, and we are going to simulate this. I am going to just rotate a couple of players just to try and get them some game time and try and keep them happy where possible. And I don't want to make too many drastic changes because, of course, we do want to still try and win this game of football. Of course, we've only got Shields as the backup striker, so I'm not going to do anything with him. He is on the bench, though, so we are going to potentially be able to do something with him. And I think that is all we're going to do to change it. So I'm just going to try and keep the core in and just rotate some of those other players. Okay, it may not have been convincing, but Arconte and Moore gave us a 2-0 lead before. Portsmouth did get one late back, but we are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Trophy that we haven't won yet. Of course, he did lose the final of this last year, so I would love to go one better this year. We do progress in the early stages. Welcome to the Pirelli Stadium for what is a massive game. It is 3rd place Burton Albion against 4th place Newcastle United. And a win here could really see us bridge a gap between us and the people chasing us into that final Champions League spot. This is a huge game, especially in the form we've been in. And this would be the dream start. Serrano's in. It's a big block. We are going to have a corner, but I'd absolutely love to get... Just don't lose this game. That's the mindset. Just do not lose this game as the ball goes in for the corner. Going to fall to Serrano on the edge. Serrano's going to have a pop from distance, but it's going to trickle just wide. Just looking to come forward. Does really well. This is dangerous. The first chance, but Mark Leonard, the skipper, is there. Stop it in the tracks. And now maybe we can look to do our famous counter-attack as Mikey Moore is now running forward. He's going to look for the run of Boving. No, he's not going to find Boving, though. Conte's going to try and find the run of Moore. Does find the run of Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore shoots and scores! The superstar that is still at the club that we do not want to let go gets himself on the score sheet. And our Conte and Mikey Moore link up yet again. It all came from that wonderful challenge from Pereira just a few minutes ago. We finally make the pressure count, and the deadlock is broken at the Pirelli Stadium, and it's a massive goal in the context of our hunt for a Champions League spot as we bury it into that bottom right-hand corner. 7 minutes to go till half-time. Just try and clear this ball if we can, and Pereira will get our pass, but it's going all the way back to Gordon. It's not the best clearance you've ever seen. He had a free header in the box, and Aina will now just be able to clear his lines. And again, can we catch Newcastle on the counter? They've got men back. We've got Arconte bombing forward. We've now got Serrano bombing forward. And Serrano is just going to try and drive into the box. Going to cut back inside. Try and find the run. Oh, my God. What a ball that is. What a save that is as well. Willie Boving made such a good run. Serrano picked out the pass. What a save that is to keep the scoreline at 1-0. It's a late challenge from Mark Leonard at the start of this second half as Christian Pulisic looked to break away. He should be no more than a yellow for the skipper, but it's probably a smart yellow card. Oh my God, it's red! Oh, I'm not sure about that, referee. Went for the ball. He was a little bit late, but Mark Leonard has seen red. Oh my word, now we're going to have to change it. I think that might be our first red card of the career mode. We're going to have to go one up top. Our Conte is going to have to be the man that is sacrificed. We're going to have to get Brannigan in the middle. Oh, it's an absolute disaster at the start of the second half. Aina finds more. Oh, a goal here would be lovely. We've not been able to make the substitution yet. Arconte's still on the pitch. Arconte's still on the pitch. Well, Arconte might score, and he does! Sticks it up the referee. Have that. The man that's about to be substituted off has just given us a 2-0 lead when we've had our first red card of the series. What a moment for Tariq Arconte. He will bow out on a high as he is about to be subbed off. And that is a wonderful finish. That is sensational. And now we've got to hold on. Christian Pulisic now looking to drive into the box. Does finds Anthony Gordon, and Kippers had to be up to the challenge. Can Guest keep it in? No, he can't. It will be a corner. We've made a couple of changes, of course. Brannigan has come on for Conte just to try and get that extra man in midfield. There's a chance again for Newcastle United, and Kippers is there and does really well to get the second. The other change has been Bueno, who's come on for Aina. Just on the overlap again. Roman Guest driving down this right-hand side. Again, this is all about game management now. We don't want to overcommit players, and we're not doing that. But we could have a chance of getting a third. Serrano finds Haas. Haas is going to find Fernandez. He's coming for Mikey Moore. Fernandez shoots, and it's a good save again from Vals. Can Serrano pick up the loose ball? No, but we will win a corner. 19 minutes to hold on to this 2-goal lead. Fernandez is on the ball now. Puts the ball into the box. Can we find a Burton Albion head? We can't. Can Brannigan pick up the loose ball? No, Tonali's there, but we are going to be able to reset this ball through Roman Guest, and Roman Guest can now dig the ball into the box. What a ball! That's to Willie Boving! Oh, it's special. It is special. Roman Guest with a David Beckham-esque pass all the way through. Boving rises like a salmon and just guides it into the corner, and the 10 men of Burton Albion are going to take all 3 points against our Champions League chasing rivals. Brannigan will look for the run of Boving. Surely we can't get a fourth. Can Boving get it? Oh, we can't. It's a really good save from Vals again to deny us. And Newcastle are being embarrassed here. This is a really abysmal performance. This Haas is going to try and get there. It's going to fall to Roman Guest, who's on the edge. And Roman Guest is just going to reset this. I think Serrano might be offside, and he is. But this is really embarrassing now for Newcastle. 4 minutes of added time. Maybe the highest amount of added time we've ever seen in this career mode. Of course, there was a red card, and we have scored a couple more goals, but Newcastle are going to try and get a consolation goal here. We'd love to keep a clean sheet. We'd absolutely love to keep a clean sheet, and Kippers may have just done it. Pulisic is going to be able to reset this ball, then we're going to try and get up. Roman Guest can't get up, but that is going to go out, and that is going to be all she wrote. What a performance that is. I'm not sure what the gap's going to be to 4th place now, but that is a massive, massive result against the odds as well, with only 10 men, and the referee's still playing time, and the referee really wanted them to score, and finally they do, as Enzo gets the goal. But it will not matter, because it is going to be all 3 points staying in Burton, and the gap at the top of the table is going to increase. A brilliant, brilliant performance from the men in yellow. Gritty determination to show character after that red card from Mark Lennon, which was a very questionable red card at best, but it does finish Burton Albion 3, Newcastle 1. Welcome to Molineux. We've decided to play all 3 Premier League games today. The momentum is with us. We got lucky in the FA Cup. We've got 1 Europa League game to come, but we're in a good position there where if we do lose, it's not the end of the world. But I really want this top 4 finish this season, and I think this is our best way to try and do it, to try and play as many Premier League games as possible. Serrano's now into the box, just looking for an opening. He's going to go to the edge to Brannigan, who's come in for Leonard, who's now, of course, suspended for the next game at least. Brilliant touch from Mikey Moore. Well, it's playing Arconte, and does play in Arconte. We know how strong and powerful Arconte is. Arconte's going to shoot. Balls to Boving, will it? No, it's a really good save from Johnston in the Wolves goal. It should be 1-0 to the Brewers, but it's not, and it didn't just quite fall kindly for Willie Boving to be able to tap it in. And there's Hassan. Wolves just trying to create something here, but Humphries is there, but Humphries can't clear the ball. With Pereira has to get across. Pereira can't clear the ball. Oh my God, Kippers gets out. Get out, boys. Jesus Christ, what are we doing? An absolute shambles at the back. Wolves definitely in the ascendancy currently. We are just struggling to get the ball, and they're going to come into the box again here. They're going to get another chance, and Kippers is there. We are just not awake at the minute. I really don't want to let all this hard work against all these good sides like Liverpool and Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal come unstuck against a side that is currently 16th in the table and struggling. We've got a chance to put it right here now as Aina jumps his man, does really well. Surely we've got to create something here. Aina, just go alone if you can. Oh, he just puts it wide. Conte now. Just try and run it. His man is going to cut it back and try and play it into Boving. Boving's going to beat his man. Boving on his right foot. Johnson again with a massive save. Boving probably could have taken at least another touch. Mikey Moore's going to put this ball into the box. He'll try and find a Burton Albion head, and he can't. And I think the referee will now blow for half-time. We are still in the game. We've got to just now control the second half and find that crucial goal for what could potentially be a perfect episode for us. Wolves into the box. Wolves still into the box. This is dangerous. Skippers is there, though. And defensively, just looking a little bit nervy. Are we letting our league table position just get the better of us? I really hope not, as Guest is now coming forward and does really well to find Boving. Boving's going to look for the run of Arconte. Arconte's in, and surely this time Arconte, no, falls back to Johnson. Oh my word! It is one of the best double saves you will ever see in the Premier League. And somehow this game is still 0-0. I do not know how we have not scored there, but there's a chance again here, because Serrano's going into the box. Serrano's going to square it back to Boving. Boving's going to go to the edge. He's going to fall to Brannigan. No, again. Can we drug test that man, please? Finds Vogel. Vogel's got a bit of space to work with here. Vogel can just try and run this ball down the right-hand side. Can he cut back inside? Can he do anything? Goes back to Roman Guest. Roman Guest now on the edge. Calls to Brannigan. Brannigan, one more to Fernandez. Fernandez going to have a shot from distance. Johnson with another save. Becoming a bit of a joke at this point, because we cannot put the ball in the back of this net. Pass with the ball into the box. Can he find Van Dijk? He does. It's our best chance to score ahead, and the gaffer cannot believe it. It's looking like it's going to be drop points at Molineux. But how many will it be? We've only got ourselves to blame. Sam Johnson has been absolutely brilliant. There is 2 minutes added on. Doesn't look like we're going to have enough time to get the ball up the other end like we did against Liverpool in the last episode. But I think that'll be all she wrote, as the referee does blow the whistle, and it is dropped points at Molineux. It's not completely undone the hard work. We should still be in a good position, but it's a bittersweet way to play our final game. We've been so good against the good teams. We couldn't unlock Wolves, and we couldn't unlock Sam Johnson today. It does finish 0-0 at Molineux. We are going to look to bring back a man who was previously at Burton in real life on loan from his time at Sheffield United. We're going to look at a short-term loan for Daniel Jebberson and see if we can get it done. That wage split is fine. It's only 75 rated, but it's just the backup we potentially need to keep us in the hunt. The final simulation of the episode, looking to go unbeaten in this one. Be nice to get a win here against a side that is struggling. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. Our league position is still quite strong. It's a brilliant 3-1 victory. Mikey Moore gave us the opener before Cristiano got one back on the 58th. Boving pretty much went straight from kickoff and got one on the 59th minute. Van Dijk was booked. Haas scored and Van Dijk was sent off. So Van Dijk is going to be suspended for the next game. But more importantly, it is a 3-1 victory against Austria Vienna. New man is in the door. Daniel Jebberson joins back to the club on a short-term loan once again, this time from Bournemouth, and is just looking to bolster that forward line as a rotation player and see if he can drag us through to the Champions League. So not a crazy bit of business, but it will be the only business we are likely to do this window. So that is all she wrote for episode number 7. A little look at the table. Manchester City are looking to run away with it. They're 12 points clear. They're absolutely flying. Brighton are in second. They're 1 point ahead of us in third. Newcastle level on points with us. Our goal difference is better. We do have a game in hand. That next game for us is against Brighton. The next game coming your way is second against third in the league. We've got a 3-point gap back to Chelsea. Again, if we win the game in hand, that's a 6-point cushion back to 5th space. So that is absolutely massive. Huge game coming up for you in just a few days' time. Burnley have finally got a win. Southampton, Burnley and Everton, the sides at the bottom, but Burnley do finally get their first win. And in the Europa League, we're still 4th in the table. I think we've got 1 game left, so we'll be looking at to secure automatics. It's looking likely as it stands. We're just 3 points off top spot, but it's looking like we are going to get through to the knockout stages, but it's all but guaranteed that it's going to be automatic as well. For Canada, like I said, it is Brighton next up, second against third. Then Valencia in the Europa League, then Arsenal away to finish the month of January. That is 3 extremely tough games. It's then Liverpool away in the FA Cup, and then Crystal Palace at home in the league. We have got some tricky games coming your way. You do not want to miss any of the action over the next couple of episodes, because it is going to get tasty. That's it. Thank you so much for all of your support on the save so far. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in just a few days' time for episode number 8.